No, I think they're going to get rid of him. They're going to force him to step down.
Are you going to endorse President Biden?
I'm not endorsing anybody right now. We've still got plenty of time here.
Americans, Democrats, even the liberal media are asking the question, who is Plan B?
I'd say they're setting up Gavin Newsom for it.
You're going to California. Is this about coming up with a Plan B for 2024? Does Gavin need to stand by?
Biden was asked if there was a Plan B, a different candidate to take his place.
Joe Biden will not be the nominee.
Take a look at the headlines coming out in the last 24 hours and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is President Joe Biden going to be the Democratic nominee in the 2024 elections, or are Democrats planning to swap him out for Gavin Newsom? Take a look at these headlines coming out. This just yesterday. Joe Biden is asked if Governor Gavin Newsom should stand by and whether California trip is to come up with a Plan B for 2024. Rogan says the Democratic Party is setting up Gavin Newsom for 2024 presidential run amid the Biden scandal, and Biden laughs off the question about Gavin Newsom being Democrats' Plan B in 2024. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are Democrats going to let President Joe Biden continue on his candidacy for presidency, as we're seeing that he is not getting support from the Democratic Party? And according to the polls, Trump is winning across the board. They're saying that he will not be able to defeat former President Donald Trump if he runs against him in 2024. And they're saying that Democrats might force him to go out and either bring in Gavin Newsom, or we had heard from Vivek Ramaswamy, maybe even Michelle Obama. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Is this going to be happening? Is Joe Biden going to be running against Donald Trump? And if he does he have a chance at winning? Well, I'm going to be sharing with you the latest video footage so that way you can see it for yourself. And again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as elections are just right around the corner. And also, if you missed my video yesterday, you might want to check it out right after this, as we're hearing New York City might be going into a shutdown as a result of what has taken place with former President Donald Trump's trial. Now, stick around to the end for some more updates on that, but let's get you caught up on the latest. And before we dive in, do me a quick favor, take a quick second, smash that like button, helps out the channel a ton. To stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and to stay connected off of social media platforms, be sure to join the newsletter at www.steveramnews.com. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in.
Biden was asked if there was a Plan B, a different candidate to take his place on the Democratic ticket because of his confusing actions and words that the entire nation is witnessing, all of us together. Biden thought the question was a joke. Funny, laughed it off. But the question remains, is there a Plan B? And by the way, he's got a fundraising schedule that's about to get very busy. I'm Harris Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus. The president is in California today, another big cash haul. 3 days of fundraisers. There was one California resident who could and maybe would take Biden's place running for the White House if it came to that, Governor Gavin Newsom. A spry 56-year-old. But here's the president.
You're going to California. Is this about coming up with a Plan B for 2024? Does Gavin need to stand by?
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm looking at you.
Yes,
We're looking at you.
Okay, so he's willing to pick anybody? No, he was kidding. Media powerhouse Joe Rogan, though, wasn't kidding when he echoed what some other political watchers have been saying.
Don't you think that that's a ruse?
What
that him running for president? I think
you don't think he's going to run?
No. I think they're going to get rid of him. I think they're going to move him out. They're going to force him to step down. That's what I think. If I had to guess, and it's just speculation, I'd say they're setting up Gavin Newsom for it.
White House correspondent Peter Doocy has more. Peter.
And Harris, Gavin Newsom has been asked about this and said that he actually hopes to be invited to a second Biden inauguration. And when we talk to folks in Biden world, the possibility of a last-minute switch at the top of the ticket, Biden going out, somebody else coming in, is just not on anybody's radar at all at this point. They say that they would rather focus on things like campaign fundraising. $42 million in January, $130 million cash on hand. The campaign manager is saying, while Team Biden-Harris continues to build on its fundraising machine, Republicans are divided, either spending money fighting Donald Trump or spending money in support of Donald Trump's extreme and losing agenda. Either way, judging from their weak fundraising, they're already paying the political price. But set aside issues with age or acuity, President Biden is underwater on the issues that will decide the election. 48% approval on jobs, 34% on inflation, and a measly 26% on immigration. So even the Democrats who say they don't see a lane for a third-party candidate won't back Biden yet.
Are you going to endorse President Biden?
I'm not endorsing anybody right now. We're going to see what all happens. We still got plenty of time here.
And this likely won't help ease the concerns of people worried about Biden going the distance. You can see he had a little bit of a slip there on the short stairs as he was boarding Air Force One for the cross-country flight to California, where all the events are just about supporting the campaign, raising money. There is nothing official on the schedule. It is all just stuff for donors. Harris?
All right. It all takes energy, though. The world is on fire. Let's hope he's got a lot of it.
While House Republicans push forward with their impeachment inquiry, the Biden campaign is desperately searching for ways to calm growing concerns around our 81-year-old president's fitness to lead. Just yesterday, cameras captured President Biden stumbling up the short steps on Air Force One. Remember, he takes that short staircase as opposed to the longer, more elaborate one. And this happened moments after he swapped out his comfier shoes for a pair of dress shoes. And if it wasn't bad enough, the Secret Service is reportedly putting agents at the bottom of the stairwell just in case. Now, it seems like the Biden campaign has lost control of their own narrative. Americans, Democrats, even the liberal media are asking the question, who is Plan B if Biden can't finish his campaign? Look at all those headlines. But what about if he drops out? The president, well, he's dismissing those concerns.
Mr. President, good afternoon, sir. You're going to California. Is this about coming up with a Plan B for 2024? Does Gavin need to stand by?
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm looking at you.
Yes,
We're looking at you.
Sir, look at
Hey, whoa.
You know, Tammy, I think the dismissive, confident approach, probably the correct one as you answer those questions, but you can't dismiss the American people. Monmouth, 48% say it's somewhat or very likely that Biden is not the nominee, as opposed to 50% who say not at all likely that he will be replaced.
Yes, and that's a statement, I think, more, it's certainly about Biden, but it's also about the Democrats, I think, in general. Now, the Republicans have some work to do more than just we're not them. But the fact is that, and I think the American people realize this, that even with his shortcomings, if things were going well, it would telegraph that the team is doing well, that the government is working smoothly. While it's not a one-person show in Washington, leadership matters, right? That individual matters. So there's recognition. They try to make it just about age or frailty. Again, he could be frail. And everything could be moving smoothly, but it's not. And the Democrats don't want to have a conversation about policy. They don't want to have a conversation about the economy, about the border, about what's going on at schools, about all the cultural issues, about, my goodness, the meltdown in the international scene, the wars that seem to continue to build. So that's what's on people's minds. And I think they can escape that conversation by having him not trip. That's incorrect.
It is incorrect. You know, there's this saying, you know, with friends like these, who needs enemies? Well, I want to change that to with surrogates like these. This is the Biden campaign co-chair. And listen to how enthusiastic he is pumping up his candidate.
The country is in a very difficult time right now. As you guys have said from a moment ago, the world is in a very difficult crisis, and we have a moment at this time to make a right decision about what the future of the country and the future of the world is going to be about. So to expect everybody to be happy and excited, I think is just unreasonable.
I mean, Harris, if you detach the name and just put the words, it almost sounds like a Trump surrogate.
No, I mean, seriously, that's managing expectations.
Yes.
I mean, that is setting the bar so low, you could literally just have a baby crawl over it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really low. I was fascinated by this in media. Biden instructing aides to ramp up highlighting the blank stuff. I mean, all of it is expletives coming out of Trump's mouth. And then it says here, the network's senior White House correspondent was witnessing some of the things from behind the scenes. And this one part, I thought, said it all. They want to focus all on Trump and not on any of the things that Tammy Bruce just talked about, and certainly not on the president. As one senior campaign advisor put it recently, they have been surprised by how many people appear to be, quote unquote, putting on rose-colored glasses when looking back at the Trump years, a reality that the campaign says they must alter by constantly reminding voters of what Trump stands for.
So there you have it. And let me know your predictions in the comments. Is Joe Biden going to be running in 2024? Is it going to be Gavin Newsom? Do they even stand a chance against former President Donald Trump? Let me know your thoughts. Now, in addition to that, as I mentioned yesterday, I shared with you that we heard that New York City could be undergoing a massive shutdown as a result of what unfolded with the Trump trial. Now, to get the latest on that, be sure to check out this video right here next. And in addition to that, also, we're hearing that there could be shutdowns across the nation as a result of some of the things that are coming out regarding infrastructure systems and cyber attacks from China. To get the latest on that, check out this video right here next. But you guys, I'll keep you up to speed on everything, and we will see what unfolds this year, this election year, as there is a lot going on, and I'll keep you up to date every step of the way. But thank you so much for joining me. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.